I'm gonna give you my 9 hacks to use in your nighttime routine so you can optimize your sleep and wake up ready to take on your day. I used to have trouble sleeping, waking up in the middle of the night having to go pee, waking up after 8 hours of sleep when I rarely got it, just feeling absolutely exhausted until I began to adjust my nighttime routine. Now I sleep great, I have plenty of energy for long work days and an intense workout, and I'm gonna give you my 9 hacks to use in your nighttime routine so you too can optimize your sleep and wake up ready to take on your day. I've ordered these from easiest to most challenging to do, but try to add as many as you can for best results. The last one I think is probably the most impactful, but it can be very challenging to do consistently. Hack number 1. Make sure your room is dark. No little lights, no brightness from your alarm clock or phone. Baby monitors for all your parents out there. You can keep the sound on, you don't have to have the screen on. These don't allow your circadian alerting signal to be as quiet as it could be to drop you into a deep state of sleep. It keeps you in this lighter sleep cycle. So try to eliminate as many of those tiny little lights in your rooms as possible. To my last point on baby monitors, hack number 2, try to use some type of sound machine or some white or brown noise, hilarious name, I know, whenever you sleep. And this can eliminate those little bumps you hear in the middle of the night that disturb your sleep. Hack number 3, use low lighting in the evenings. Overhead fluorescent lights tells your brain that it's not time to wind down yet. Shoot for warm lighting that's not too bright. If you have a slight feeling of a campfire from the lighting that you're using, you're on the right track. Hack number 4, don't eat at least 1 hour before you go to bed. This may mean that you have to plan your last meal of the day earlier to allow for proper digestion, that way it doesn't disturb your sleep. Hack number 5, if you drink water in the evening, take small sips. This may seem strange, but Dr. Andrew Huberman cites that your rate of, well, peeing is directly correlated to how quickly you drink water. I had to work on this myself because I like to chug water. So when I swapped to intentionally taking smaller sips, I found that I no longer wake up in the middle of the night to go pee. It's pretty interesting, you should give it a try. If you're liking this video so far, do me a favor and hit that like button just below and don't forget to subscribe. Hack number 6 is eliminating caffeine as early in the day as you can. Sure, you can go with the 2 p.m. rule if that's easy for you to remember and doable, but simply put, the earlier in the day you cut off caffeine intake, the better. And there are really 2 things to take into account when it comes to caffeine. Number 1, what does caffeine do? Caffeine blocks adenosine receptors in the brain. Adenosine, or as the British narrator from Why We Sleep says, adenosine, when built up over the course of the day, makes us sleepy. So essentially, caffeine helps us from feeling sleepy. But how long does that last? That leads to point 2. How quickly does caffeine leave your body? Caffeine works its way slowly out of the body. For some people, its half-life, or how much time it takes for half of it to leave your body, can be 1.5 hours. Super fast. For others, it can be up to 9.5 hours. That means that the caffeine you drank at 12 p.m. could still be half present in your body by 9:30 that night. So when you still have caffeine in your system, your adenosine receptors can't get rid of all the adenosine in the brain. So the next morning, you wake up with quite a bit of adenosine left in the brain, which makes you feel sleepy, reach for more caffeine, and the cycle continues. So have your cup of coffee in the morning and try to cut caffeine as early as you can in the day. Best thing to do here is to ditch caffeine altogether, but I'm no saint and I don't want to be a hypocrite. I drink caffeine. Next one is to ditch alcohol. There's no way around it, but alcohol is a poison. It's a fun, socially acceptable poison that we drink all the time, but our body still recognizes it and responds to it as if someone just poisoned us. So I'm going to frame this as if someone just poisoned us. When we get poisoned, our body goes on high alert and mounts an immune system defense against said poison to neutralize it and get it out of our body. This means that our resources that would go towards recovering from workout and removing waste buildup and adenosine from the brain now gets put toward fighting a self-inflicted internal battle. We don't get as deep of sleep, and we deal with the internal waste buildup from the previous day. There's also an entire other series of events that happen in the gut with alcohol, but I'll talk about that in another video. If there's absolutely no way around having a drink or two, try to use the same idea behind caffeine. Stop drinking as early before bedtime as possible. Your body can process as much of it as possible before your head hits the pillow. Next hack is eliminating screen time 30 to 60 minutes before bed. This means no TV, this means no social media, this means going back to the 1800s where they had candlelit evenings reading books about, I don't know, how the magic of combustion engines is changing the world. Sure, there are blue light blocking filters on our phones and blue blocking glasses, but the light stimulation in our eyes gets registered as daylight, and that tells the body that it's time to wake up. Plus, these can be dopamine generating activities. When we have a lot of dopamine flowing through our brains, it raises our readiness state and we are motivated to go do things. When we're going to sleep, we don't need to do anything. We need to lower our readiness state and conk out. So no screen time 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Try reading a book instead about combustion engines. And this last hack is, in my opinion, the most challenging to fix, but of all the tips in this video, this one has to be the most effective at reinforcing deep sleep and waking up with a ton of energy the next day. And that hack is maintaining the same sleep schedule through the entire week, even on the weekends. If you go to bed at 9 p.m. on weekdays and wake up at 5 or 6 a.m., maintain that same sleep schedule through the weekends. But Peter, what about going out for a night out or going to a movie or a concert? I didn't say it was easy, but keeping the same sleep and wake times with up to an hour fluctuation reinforces your circadian alerting signal to stay high through the waking hours and dull down when it's time to go to bed, allowing you to drop straight into sleep. Over the course of a couple weeks, you should notice a massive difference in your ability to go to sleep, stay asleep, and wake up feeling very refreshed. So these are my 9 hacks for getting the best sleep possible. If you made it this far, thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And drop in the comments below which technique you're gonna try out to help get better sleep.